Hello, everybody. It's me, Schmuel Buckman. Just thought I would drop in and say hello. And Serenity now. You poor guy, why are you so mad at me? Jeez. Little joking around and you get all upset. So, anyway, it's Schmuel Buckman. It's Friday night, and I got nothing. I decided to come on, send out a bunch of links, and I could do a granny and just talk for 2 hours without clips. And I was watching presidential candidate Mr. Joseph C. Catalano speak about veterans. And Blue Rose 4:30. Good evening. It's me. It's Schmuel Buckman. And hey, Sir Franklin. Is this like our regular Franklin, or there's always a new Franklin in here? Um, Look, I'm going to be perfectly honest with all of you. I don't have anything. Um, uh, couldn't stream last night. Got hit with a migraine at around 5 o'clock, and fucking, it was a brutal. And so I missed that. So I thought I would make up with it for it tonight. And I'm also driving down to the Jersey Shore. I'm in Queens. Traffic doesn't clear about till after 9. So I thought, hey, it'd be pretty awesome to come on here and say hello to you all and check in links and stuff. Serenity, if I sent you the link, would you take it? But would you porn bomb me? This is the big question. Um, but let's just see if I can get somebody else on here I wanted to talk to. Um, I did actually, guys. I sent Lou the Monster, Lou the God, whatever the hell they're calling him these days. I sent him the link, and I sent our good friend American Cupcake the link, but no warning. And of course, the big man on campus, Mr. Panhandler, has the link, so hopefully he'll come on. Liquid ibuprofen. So I get the thing where I get like a weird vision thing, like where my hand does not seem like it's at the end of my arm and shit like that. And I took like 600 milligrams of Motrin, and that seemed to help. So it was a dull thud, but I couldn't really focus and stuff. So I drove because that's what you do, right? But I drove home and sat in a dark room. Um, Dreamed of what life would be like living in a world um, where all these people are, and there we go. Fascinated about MGD and the picture she was posting yesterday, and Genta, and you know, and Genta's like one of those smart people in here, and very self-aware, and I I re- I enjoy her chats a lot, and I like everybody. Jimmy I319, Panhandler is the only guest worth having. This is true. This is true. Uh, AB, I went on vacation for a week. I came back today and returned just in time to see Schmuel. Wonderful. Thanks, AB. Glad you're here. Um, AB, the OG, and Kim Nicholson is here, which is very cool. I'm a Kim Nicholson fan from way back. OG Kim Nicholson fan. We have to find a better word than that. Butter Dick Jones. Hello, everybody. Butter Dick saying hello. Um, Feel free to crosstalk in the chat. I did send Tommy the link just because I've had, an awesome day. But literally from 8 o'clock this morning till about 6:15, I have been fucking working. And I wish it was physical, but all paper and a lot of stupid people on the phone, which was kind of annoying. And what can I say? And I realized it was very funny because I'm like, uh, somebody yelled at me because it's like, you're trying to get me off the phone. I can tell. And it must have been obvious. I don't think I have a poker face or a poker voice. So we'll go with that. Did anybody see Eccles today? Because I understand there was supposed to be some big Joey C news, but I couldn't really watch it, and I was listening to bluegrass all day, and I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's HYDE, so I'm going to say the Haid Bluegrass Orchestra. Kind of a favorite. I made a radio station on Apple Music, and pretty cool, pretty cool, and it's fun because I get like Spanish people, or Spanish Latin people, South Americans and stuff in my office, and they all look at me rather weirdly. Um, so Tommy, um, I think begrudgingly might be your middle name, but I like you, bud, and I want to talk to you because I have an idea for us to do something since we're both in New York, and I think it would be pretty funny. But we're gonna go there. Um, and Kim Nicholson, as I mentioned, is here. Uh, I've been missing Kim quite a bit. Uh, are we gonna talk potash tonight? You and your Belarus stuff, very funny. Um, and I love it. So I go to this dentist, right? And the hygienist looks like totally Chinese. So and she's from Eastern Europe, and I'm figuring she's probably like from one of those like Russian countries that border China, way down there, one of the stands or something. She's like, no, born and raised in Moscow. So there's that. Um, Cigarette Jones, potash. I'm trying to remember what we use potash for, um, but I don't remember. Um, but I do remember the from the pool thing, the old diatomaceous earth. Uh, oh, I don't want the link. Sorry, I'm behind in the show. I was really busting your balls. Actually, it wasn't yours. It was Mint. I was busting Mint's balls about the karaoke thing because he was like, we're going to select people based upon their talent, just not what the chatters want, whatever. And I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, man, you're in the Dabbleverse. I mean, seriously, come on. And you got chatter, so it's all going to be shitting on other people. I did listen last night to Serenity singing "Walking in Memphis" uh, by Mark Cohn, um, and who at the time was married to Elizabeth Vargas, and he did pretty goddamn good. I have to say, he does have a little like things he throws in there himself, but um, I've been told he sings like a girl. I did get to listen to it last night, and no, he's got a totally male voice. Um, but we should put together a karaoke show. I think that would be great. But it wasn't my idea, and I'll let those other guys do it. And then if it doesn't happen, we'll do it. I will say, if you are going to be with us in Las Vegas, there's a karaoke bar right nearby. And last year, I think we had karaoke at Hackamania, but it was like at the end of the night. So I think we had Ricada was the only person I remember performing. I don't remember anyone else. Um, and most of the smart men took their wives out of the room for that. So there we go. Michaela Bella is here. Um, but Cupcake was in Cupcake. I believe you went to first Hackamania. I think you, Dixon, and some others went to karaoke, but I think it was really loud. So Sim Sim said it been. I am the bus driver. I will take you where you want to go. Remember, it is not gay unless you take it. Um, yeah, I had a real, what do you call it? A real eye opener this morning, and just sad. My best friend growing up moved to Israel, um, like really late in the '80s, early in the '90s, and he stayed there. Um, and we got together for years. We got together a bunch, um, and then we didn't. And I couldn't. It was weird because it was like I knew his life wasn't going so great, but he it seemed like he was avoiding me, and but it was anyway. It was strange. So I got married. It'll be 14 years in October. He wrote me a letter, a very long, heartfelt letter, which I chose not to read. And my wife read it, and he had developed like Crohn's disease and emphysema and all sorts of shit. But in any event, his sister texted me this morning because she's been sending me some stuff that she found, and God, it was really sad. It's like when you get old, you sort of don't realize it. And I have never been a very emotional or caring guy. Like, people die. But this is the first time that I've been like, I got to think about all the shit that we did. And to be honest, you youngsters would wonder why we were not in jail. Um, New York in the 80s and 90s was a very, very fun place. And we could do so much shit. Oh, look at this. We got so Mammy. Mammy. Mammy, are you coming to Las Vegas? Are you going to be there? And I don't know, like, if I could get like a couple of quick numbers in the chat of who's staying at the plaza and who's staying elsewhere. Uh, Look at this American cupcake for $5. Thank you very much for the $5 American cupcake. Yes, I was there at HM1, super long line at the karaoke bar. And so I down for karaoke. Just let me know when. All right. Um, I can't sing worth a goddamn. And I'm laughing because we went to a karaoke contest, and my wife won the karaoke contest. And for that, she got a bottle of like very expensive champagne. I don't know, a couple $100 bottle of shit. And she loves to tell the story of how she won at karaoke. And I hate to break it to her, it's just that she was the last person around. And I think they forgot to give it to people. But we'll let her do that. Isaac Walmart is here. Pretty cool. American Cupcake is always up for a party. American Cupcake is fun even when there is no party. The man has a laugh that is contagious, and just a very very good guy. Craig W had to miss Brain's show today. Damn it. Uh, the brain. I'm gonna guess that's Stuttering John. There was some news on the Stuttering John front today. Danny Savalos, the attorney representing Carl and Shuley, wrote a letter to the court, which was basically, what the fuck is going on here, Judge? And we need to get this shit um, straightened out. Um, the letter's up. It's on the NYS ECF site, and I did not download it, which I usually do. But uh, we could maybe pull that up. But I'm gonna try to get out of here by like 9:30, and I may run out of shit to talk about beforehand. But they say that you're a failure as a streamer when you rely on the chat, and I totally disagree because I think the whole reason why we're here is because of the chat. So, um, you guys usually keep it pretty interesting. And Young Old Vibes, I see Panhandler is still being a lazy pants. 100%. I sent him the link. I also sent him a text asking him if he was around. He did not reply to either one. Um, Dave Sarah is actually employed and working, or he would be here with us. And a little bit of uh, Buckman news. Sunday night at 9:30, I'm gonna be on with. He's coming on this stream, the Aussie guy, and I'm going to let him berate me for all my failings. Everybody seems to know what I'm supposed to be doing, so I figured rather than them making streams out of it, I might as well just hop on it. And as I said before, I'm not terribly emotional, and I don't really care. Being insulted is fine with me, and I just keep doing what I want. Mayor Buckman, Easy123 says, meet me at Hackamania, and that will probably become more true than ever because I like to take the people that are like sitting there and kind of like looking down and moping and feeling like they don't belong, and then have them join the crowd, and then they all have fun and they ignore me later. Um, Diablo sandwich. This is very, very funny. How about Joey C owing 14K in unpaid rent? The Joey C is a guy like he put up some court papers the other day saying that he won. That's why he put the papers up. And really, all it was the judge suspended the case because Joey and the landlord were working it out. And the way that they worked it out was Joey moved out. And so, can you say eviction? And that's probably what the deal was, is that they let him move out. And then this way he won't have an eviction on his record. It's like when they let you resign instead of firing you. Um, excuse me. The Aussie guy, Schmuel, where'd you get this idea to keep referencing about how interacting with the chat is a failure in some way? Who is trying to homogenize all my Dabbleverse content? Look, I am going to tell you the first guy that told me to interact with the chat and they enjoyed it was Sam Bibley. And I've always enjoyed doing it. And if you've been with me since the beginning, you know that that's the way this goddamn thing started. I have content. I mean, I have topics and stuff like that that we do, but I always wanted it to be a mix of different things. And let's be honest, I'm not the most talented of individuals. I certainly can't get on here and do a song or dance. So did he just say the Aussie guy? He did. Um, Easy123. Vegas will be fun. Can't wait to hang out again. Yeah, and I hope I get to see my bud Dela. Dela says Shmuel's a good hugger. Yes, I forced Dela into a hug. Two old Air Force veterans. Um, uh, we had to. I had to, and it was so good. Uh, Meeting him after having heard about him for such a long time. Um, Tommy, I heard you get a little judged, criticized, whatever you want to say on NJ Ranger last night, and I did send you a DM, and I did say uh, that the Dabbleverse has some arcane rules. They're not written down, but apparently we're supposed to know them, and we do. But my opinion is, fuck them, right? We're rewriting the rule book here, my friend. Rewriting the rules, okay? So, and when it comes to advice, because everybody gives it to you, you take a little, you leave a little, and that's the way you do it. And some things are just fun because you get a guy like this gentleman, unbanned Josh Denny fan, uh, tormented me in the beginning, and I hopefully have won him over. But I have a lot of fun going back and forth with him. And Josh, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a printer in the background. Sorry, the camera moves and follows me. Yes, Shmuel, writing the is Schmuel's writing the book of Ball Wash, the new rule book. Um, you guys have a very what you consider ball washing, um, to me is not ball washing. I get this impression that um, you're supposed to be black or white, right? Like you're supposed to either you like someone or you dislike someone, no gray area, you know? It's no Venn diagram with the shaded part where some things might be good, and then you get into areas that you don't like. So, call it ball washing, call it whatever you want, but I do what I do, and I calls them as I sees them, and we learn. But I always generally, it's a life thing for me. I generally start off with giving people the benefit of the doubt and trying to like everyone the first time I meet them, and then I learn. I know, pest. I'm just breaking your balls. It was a yoke. Jeez. Yeah, I'm just breaking your balls. But it is funny because there are a group of people that try they try very hard to make particularly newer streamers feel self-conscious about the stuff that they're doing, and I'm lucky in that I don't give a fuck. Like I keep saying I don't give a fuck, but um, I don't really feel self-conscious about doing it. The thing that I felt self-conscious about the most, always have, always will, is being on camera because I know that I do not have a face for the camera. And that was the thing. And then once I could get over that, that was cool. And then I was able to listen back to my voice, and that was another part that was interesting. And Jesus, you're boring. Guess what, kid? There's other places you can go that are more entertaining. I don't have my light tracker on, my eye tracker. Sorry. Um, and Lady KB, Buckman. I hope to see Lady KB in Vegas. Lady KB has become one of those people that I see at all events, and it's always a joy. And so there we go with that. And thank you, Young Old Vibes. I am adorable. I appreciate you saying that. So in any event, that's the deal. Sam Bible. Unban Josh Denny fan. I just got here. Did he say something about me? We're not going to tell him, guys, are we? Shh. Shh. Uh, Sam, I said that you were the person, um, in the first person to encourage me to engage with the chat. Um, and like everything else, we've had ups and downs and whatnot. Your neck isn't as saggy as Pinky's. Yeah, I think it is. I think it is. But it looks like a female body part. If you get my, I've got large neck labia. Um, but what are you gonna do? All right. All right. I got uh, somebody gave me cigars today, a 10 pack of these, and I don't know what they are. I'm gonna try it and see if it's any good. Um, so there's that. Um, so did Stuttering John apparently broke his wrist or something? And I put this on a tweet, but it's actually true, When you're younger and you break something, people automatically assume that you were doing something thrilling and you broke it. When you're John's age and have as much alcohol in him as he does, people just assume you're fragile. I've gotten there. I've gotten there. As a matter of fact, recently, new cardiologist, and I have always been on. These are really boring stories. I've always been on a full 325 milligram aspirin a day, and the new cardiologist had me cut back to a baby aspirin, and I hope it's working. But I'm certainly getting less injuries and wounds. Um, Schmuel, I'm not pleased with the recent chat bannings. It's a slippery slope from an exceptional case to silencing critics. What chat bannings? And um, there's an obligation on me to curate the chat, to keep the chat interesting, and that we keep it focused. And so, if people are not here, it's for that reason that I didn't feel they were contributing, and there are plenty of places. There are plenty of places for people to go. So there we go. Tommy Jordan. I don't think so. Tommy, I don't fucking know. But I appreciate the question. I have no idea, man. I just do what they tell me, and I go there. But I get migraines every now and then, usually like once or twice a year. It just happened yesterday, and it made sense because my assistant's been on vacation. She'll be on vacation until next week, and I'm old and overwhelmed. And to be truthful, as much as I enjoy work, um, I enjoy fucking around a lot more. So, and I haven't been able to, I've been actually having to get serious and discuss things. And I deal with some very important matters to people. So it's like, I kind of have to care. And that is a thing. It's a thing for the young. It's not a thing for the old. All right. Um, all right. So the news, the only things that I've been following this week, not a lot, are Joey C. For some reason, he popped back into my world with his presidential run, which I think is an embarrassment to the country. And I really did think today that I, I I can't wait until now that since we allow felons to run for president, is Isu the next presidential candidate? That would be kind of funny, wouldn't it? And then we go, uh, Cigarette Jones. What do you think about Little Mir coming out as trans? Coming out? I always thought, I don't know. The little man, he just gets it's hilarious to me, the stuff with him. That he gets like, feminism is a cancer. All right, but you're like one of the most feminine guys I know, so I don't get it. What are you trying to do? He came out as trans and gay on the same day. Aren't just statistically aren't most trans people like weren't they gay before they were trans? And then if you don't believe that people can actually change their gender, um, aren't they still gay? I mean, good on them, but there we go. I have my feeling about certain of these things, and I'm like, look, anybody can do what they want to do. Uh, that's fine with me. I just don't want you taking prepubescent kids, and fucking with their hormones and stuff. Um, Mir's baby mama left, hence, he feels lately. I can't. How would anybody want to leave that bright, young, talented man? He's such a good guy. Um, my concern is that it's a short step or two from banning Stevie to banning Josh Denny fan or Mint Diggity. I would hate to see that, Haas. Uh, Stevie is not banned. Stevie's never been banned. Uh, so not great. And I disagree. I also disagree with that. I look. I'm a firm believer that used judiciously, uh, banning people from the chat is better for the entire chat than it is just letting people run rampant all over the place. Um, and the thing is, look, they may be your friends, and and you might like them, but they distract from the show and they try to derail topics and whatnot, and ask some very stupid questions. I have Time Dan out. I did that on the other show because for $2, Dan wants to derail, and he wants to be like, he needs to be center of attention, and I really don't want his money, so it was just easy enough to just time him out for 30 minutes, and he can go spend his cash someplace else. American Schmuel, any natural born citizen can be president. Just 3 prerequisites: natural born citizen, lived in the country over 14 years. All right. Lived in the country for more than 14 years, or the last 14 years, right? Or is it at least 14 years, and they have to be 35 years old? And think about it, back in the time when these guys were doing it, your average life expectancy was probably 50, 55. So 35 was pretty well up there. And I'm really not a fan of uh, rules and regulations when it comes to that shit. I think if the people want to elect them, fuck it. I'm totally against term limits, but I have reasons for that. Timeouts and bannings are different. I heard ban timeouts, not worth complaining about, in my opinion. Yeah. And look, everybody's got different opinions. And if I fuck up and I ban too many people, um, I, I'll be cutting off my nose to spite my face, and I will lose. But yeah, that's not what goes on here. The other thing is, I have I always have a reason. There aren't really enough people banned to be actually getting into this, but I have a reason for doing what I do. I don't necessarily feel that I'm required. Whoa, shit! I just unplugged a monitor. That I don't really feel the need um, to explain it to people and or to justify it. And it's a ban. It's not a fucking execution. So I can you know, unban anybody at any time. But hold on a second. I kicked out the mic cord, monitor cord, so I'm gonna plug that in. And speaking of karaoke, it was raining hard in Frisco. One more bed to make my night. The lady up ahead waved the flag me down. She got it. I said, "Where you going to, my lady blue? It's a shame you ruined your gown in the rain." There was something I swear I'd seen her face, but she said, "I'm sure you're mistaken." And she didn't say anything more. It took a while, but she looked in the mirror. All right. And Stealth Chaos was never banned, actually. Uh, he was invited on a million times. He just never took the offer. Um, and I don't think. Oh wait, Stealth was banned. Was timed out in the chat, but not by me. And I actually didn't even know that it could be done. And I was yelling at Final Boss for having done it, but Final Boss was not the person that did it. So we can't blame him. Right, Mr. Jones? Right? So there we go. Hold on one second. I'm going to drink a little bit. Yeah, man. The whole banning thing, like, Stuttering John bans people because they ask questions they don't want to answer. But if somebody's in the chat and all they're doing is shitting on you and in kind of nasty ways and stuff. And I don't know. I don't really think it's and they're detracting from like what other chatters are saying. Um, I don't really have a problem with that. Um, Punish Ahab is really into the Skynet shit, right? Uh, Dude, we're lazy people, and not only will machines take over, people will tell you how great they are, and guys like Bezos and those motherfuckers will be sitting on boats out in the Mediterranean, talking about what shit we are. So, Serenity Now, it's your channel. Ban whoever you want. So, I guess there are different opinions on this, on the banning thing. Are there or not? Are there? Are there? So, all right. I really should. This is not like I did this just for MGD. I really wasn't going to come on. And MGD was pissed off at me that I even thought about coming on without having a topic, and then I was just going to wing it. So I was like, ooh, any opportunity to mess with MGD. Um, I'm the Chatters Union rep. I have to represent the interest of the chat, even if I disagree with the individual chatter. And I am head of the Dabbleverse Podcasting Guild. So we sit on opposite sides of the table. But I would think that I, I sometimes think that what happens is you're representing the interests of individual chatters as opposed to the entire chat. Um, that is my view on this. And look, we're a small show. We don't get a ton of people and whatnot. So each banning has more impact than others. But it is what it is. I'm not for like wholesale banning people. But truth be told, I mean, some of these people would ban me for everything just because I think Melton does a good job. You know, I did notice that I got Carl a little pissed off, apparently with some minor comments. I was trying to say how much he was, that he and his wife look like such a cute couple, but apparently he took umbrage at that, and it got covered on Dabbleverse Live, which I sort of never expected to happen, and which is funny because I also do shows like this to force these guys that watch it to have to watch horribleness. Uh, every host, Magdalena, MGD, every host should understand how funny and satisfying it would be to have Sam Bibley permabanned in their chats. The dog loves to chat and defend the chatting for chatters' rights for chatting's sake. Um, MGD, kind of a good point. Not about Sam necessarily, but I do. That's a lot of what I see. Is that uh, you have people that add nothing. They're in every chat, and it's like um, people stick up for them because I guess there's a bunch of chatters that do that. Or these guys all know each other or something, or maybe they know each other outside of chat rooms and they're actually decent people. But in the chat, it's nothing, right? Like it's they're I don't know, they're desperate. Sam Bibley's chats are usually on point. Um, Sam makes good points. Sam is also creative. We've seen Sam's work, and some of these other people are just critics without a resume. It's one thing to have Richard Roper judge your movie and critique it and decide whether or not it works. Hold on, people. Hey, man, you're on the air. How is it? The world, 36 people are able to listen to you, so don't say anything dirty.
The what?
There's 36 people that are able to listen to you because I'm on. We don't have a Chow and Dan, but we do have a Sam Bibley. We have an MGD, and we're arguing about whether or not to ban people.
Okay. Well, you know what I say. Curate your audience however you see fit.
And I agree, and I learned from you, Dave, and that's how I operate. So where are you? Are you coming on or no?
I just left for work. Maybe I'll try to jump on before you end. Okay.
All right, cool beans, Bell. Bye. See you later. Bye. That, ladies and gentlemen, was one Mr. Dave Sarah. MGD says Sam is a very good chatter, astute and witty, fair too, but loves the idea for chatting. For that alone, I'd ban him. Yeah, Sam is not on the. Sam isn't anywhere close to being banned. So, and some of the things that people tell you, you learn are just not true. When I banned Ava, it was like, that was it. I was done. I had flown too close to the sun, and my wings of wax had melted, and I had fallen to the earth, and none of that really happened. So it's just about curation and making the chat fun for everyone. There we go. I should I've stalled long enough. I want to get into we might as well get into some shit. I'm gonna put up Mama Band Ava Fava. Tommy. I'm just gonna share a screen because I want to do this. I think you and Carl can enjoy a nice Shirley Temple in Las Vegas. Will he let me sit on his lap while I drink it? Because that's the only way that's happening. I'm going to pop up my good friend, a man who really, really detests me. And let me make sure we have sound and all that bullshit. Let's see a presidential campaign commercial. Let's go.
Boot the computer. I came back to stream. The other stream was ended. I was on a roll. I had a lot of stuff.
Can you guys hear him? Because he's awful low on my computer. Yes, no, maybe. I just I need to. I'm doing this because I want to point something out. So the other night I did a spite stream because Joey was pissed off that people were not signing up for memberships, and he needed 100 members at $2.99 a piece, and I think he had 4 at that point, and he was getting off the air if you weren't going to do it because of all he gives you. But there's something I want you to listen to if you can hear this in here. But I'll talk about it.
I'm going to reconvene tomorrow, 12 o'clock midnight, with the same speech that I got today. But you got, it's kind of funny, ironic that I had all these. I'm making these history speeches of famous people like Martin Luther King that spoke, and they were looped over, and I kept hearing it, but I did not see that I was muted, and I apologize. So, like I said earlier tonight, we experienced audio issues due to the broadcast.
We experienced audio issues due to the broadcast, which is I forgot to turn off the mute button.
Full responsibility for that. Go. Again, if you had people that would just be decent enough to come over and help me get more organized with this presidency. I'm doing everything by myself, and I'm one person. So I do not. I've streamed thousands of streams, but this is a little different because I'm using.
This, ladies and gentlemen, is a man who thinks that he's capable of being president of these United States.
Using teleprompters and I don't see the buttons. I don't because the screens are smaller because I got a teleprompter. Until I get the regular teleprompter in front of me, I'm using half screen for teleprompter, half free because this way I can read everything that I put in for my speech. So I apologize. I will read the super. Oh, I can't even read the super chats. Yes, I can. I can go back and read. I can't post them though. I guess some people gave some super chats. I think I owe that much to the people. I do owe that much to people. I lost everybody. From what I understand, the feedback was phenomenal, and people were really liking this, but in a funny way. So shame on me. Another goof up. I'm gonna get this right. This is all this stuff I'm doing at nighttime is practice for when I get out in the real world to debate and speech with people. I was on a roll. I felt comfortable. So I apologize. I will do this show tomorrow. There's no sense in me doing it tonight. I lost everybody. I'll put it back up, get it all done back up in there again. But I think I owe the people.
I can't wait until Joey is like facing the leader of Iran and goes, I fucked up. Can we come back tomorrow and can we do this?
So I'm going to go to my super chats. The people that did. I won't be able to put them up, but I'll be able to read them. I feel bad. I'm sorry. Please accept my apology. We will reconvene tomorrow with the exact same show because I know you were seeing the stuff, the numbers, and this is all real. This is all out by them. Again, they're saying that they're fine. The budget is unbelievable, the waste. These are facts. The budget's facts. So we don't even have to ask for any more money to make this. We just got to take the existing Veterans Act that they have in place with the billions of dollars in the budget and just make sure we utilize the money right. That's it. There should be no home. Come on, let's be realistic here. This is me talking. This is just me. Let's be realistic. Should there be an American soldier in this United States on the street? Should there be? I mean, let's be realistically. My son-in-law did 2 tours over the Gulf War. My oldest daughter's husband fought in the Marines. He was a Marine. Fought over in the Gulf War 2 terms. Okay? My grandfather was in World War II. My
100% stolen valor with this guy, right? Everybody else hasn't done anything himself, but he gets in there. But before I digress, let's move here a little bit. I don't think that Joey understands the budget of the United States, that it's locked up. Like, there's very actual little wiggle room to make changes, particularly with our debt service, the entitlements that are locked in, et cetera, et cetera. So the only way we can do it is like when we have a war like we have in Iran, we just print more money. But I'll let Joey.
father, who died in 2018, who I have zero respect for, but he still is my father. He fought in Vietnam.
Yeah, this is that's something that Americans love. My father died in 2018, served in Vietnam. Total piece of shit, but here we go.
Now, I'm gathering all the information I can about that Vietnam War. You remember the guy? You guys remember the colonel? We took care of his wife and the colonel. I went out to the base with the colonel.
The guy whose car you were driving around and hoping to get his ID so you could use the base commissary where food is cheap.
Good ally. He's he sat in many rooms many times with the presidents when he's a colonel, and we stopped taking care of them because it was just, I felt too risky because he was carrying a gun around and he was losing his marbles a little bit, and I didn't want him to just mistake me for an enemy. And one day I went to the house where or my wife's cooking in the kitchen and he thinks she's a spy and shoot her or shoot us. So
Joey Catalano, president, loves veterans, thinks they're all crazy.
That's why we left. But I was thinking about him last night, and so I was going to look at some things on him when he was in the military that was posted online, and an obituary came up. His wife passed away November 11th, 2025. Ruth Ann Undorf. I salute you. I was not in the military, but your husband was, and I have a great deal of respect for
Isn't that the
Colonel
point?
Undorf.
MGD, isn't that the
I'm going to go
point?
see him tomorrow and pay my condolences. My wife made a nice eulogy on the page, and his wife died. She was slipping when we were taking care of her. She had Alzheimer's really bad, and it was sad to watch her deteriorate. That they were good people, and now he's alone. And I'm going to go visit him tomorrow and tell him that we just found out. We just learned of it yesterday.
Tommy has the link.
And it saddened me. 'Cause he was a great man. He was another brave man that fought and went over, and he saved hundreds of people because he was in the air. And they
Echo, Hefe, if he streams 5 hours, I'll strike it. This is a presidential campaign speech. I am permitted to do this. This is not your average stealing of a clip. Moody,
and he saved a lot of Marines that day. His stories were fascinating, but he's got some information I think I'm going to talk to him about. I'm going to interview him about really what happened in Vietnam and what, and hopefully I can get some information that could be useful to.
All the soccer moms around the world are going to love Joey and his cigar vest with all of his poisonous, cancer-causing material. He's promoting smoking. Not a good move for a presidential candidate.
To bash our government more. I come to the conclusion, all the Republicans and the Democrats, they're full of crap.
This is the revelation that you got at 60 years old. I mean, seriously, did it take you this long to figure that out? And how about those people that steal from FEMA? What do we think about them?
They're sitting there selling a picture. They're bragging about what they're doing, but yet they're on a list of, they're over in the Epstein aisle, and you know what went on there. Release the files. That's all we want. Be transparent. I'm telling you, people, you might think I'm crazy, but at least I'm doing it. At least I got the stones to try. Schmuel Talk, why don't you go?
Imagine Joey, right? He's here. Release the Epstein files. Release the Epstein files. What if we released the FEMA files? The entire investigation into Joey. How would Joey feel about that? And I think I just heard my name.
Schmuel, how do you know what me and my wife do? You know, I went out and gave blankets the other day to a lot of homeless people. A bunch of blankets that we bought out of our pockets and gave blankets to people. I didn't tape it. You want to know why? Because that's not what it's about. I go tape it, I get called, oh, you're just doing it for content.
I don't believe for a minute that if Joey were handing out blankets to veterans, he wouldn't tape it.
I told my wife, absolutely, well, I'm not even bringing my phone. I do go out. I'm going to the V8. I start to go to the V8, and I'm going to talk to veteran soldiers.
I'm gonna. Remember when he was gonna be the biggest streamer in the world?
I care. And a couple people came at me the wrong way saying that I'm making mockery out of vets. How is that when my grandfather was a war hero?
I thought his grandfather was a Nazi officer. Man, I saw the pictures on Twitter.
You guys that think you know me, you don't. And Schmuel Buckman, you're a sad case of a human being. I hate to tell you that. You're so wrong about me. And you do it because you're doing it to clout chase. And that's it. You can't fool me. We know what you did tonight. We know. The minute you had the opportunity to go do that, to get fucking money in your little super chat, super tips, when you were to bounce on me, you did. Shame on you.
Yes, Joey. I'm coming to you to cloud chase. I think cloud chasing and Joey Catalano going together. Oxymoron.
I don't care what you think. I don't need to impress you about anything. I don't even need your vote. Because I told you, I'll have all the veteran votes. I'll have all the black American votes. I'll have all the Latino votes. I'll have every person in this world that has to vote. Because I'm real and I'm just like them. And don't.
All they have to do is run 5 minutes of Joey's racist rants, and I don't think he'll have all the black votes. So there we go. Genta, Schmuel, you have defamed Joey C. Repent and ask for forgiveness. All right. Welcome, American Cupcake.
Thank you for having me, sir.
It's all right. I had I couldn't stream yesterday, and I had nothing planned for tonight, and that annoyed MGD, so I decided I would go ahead and do it anyway. I sent you the link, and then I remembered that I have the wonderful campaign speech of one Joseph Catalano that I really, really want to cover here.
Oh, no, they know I'll fight for them.
Here, pause this for a second. I just
Go ahead.
you know that department that Elon Musk runs, Doge?
Yeah.
That's exactly that's already happening. You know, what Joey wants to do is already happening. Like, he's just frustrating.
Yeah. Well, Joey, aside from being an idiot, he doesn't understand that a lot of these veterans are living on the street because of mental illness, and because that's where they want to be, because they don't trust other places and they need
Right.
help. I'm not arguing that they don't need help. But taking people off the street and putting them in homes is not the solution, because every time it's been tried, it fails. And there's actually a great story in the paper in the last week about San Francisco. This place, oh, it's great. They put, we're going to take them off the street and give them homes, not just veterans, but homeless people. And the number of people that die in it is shocking, because they just lock themselves away and drink themselves to death.
Right.
So
Guys,
anyway.
when it happens. And don't come calling, kissing my ass either. Now you want to know me and be my friend, because it won't happen. 90% of the Dabbleverse are morons and idiots. That
The people he is asking for money from, he started this week off asking the Dabbleverse for $20,000 for his presidential campaign. He thinks that you're morons and idiots. So let's go there.
are grown-ass
It's like when
people that worship a puppet, a potato, a fat guy in Las Vegas, and they're sick individuals.
Is somebody pissed that we don't worship a convicted felon, meth head, and father of a 30-something-year-old child who's profoundly deaf, but he chose never to learn sign language?
Yeah, that bothered me a lot, because I dated a deaf girl, and I busted my ass to learn sign language. And I even sent Joey. I gave Joey a couple things, and I mean, if you guys want to learn sign language, look on YouTube, Dr. Bill Vickers. That's where I kind of learned sign language. I speak sign language at like a 4-year-old level, but once you get like the basics, you can
Hey,
you can learn more.
at least the girl will not shit in your living room, right? You can tell her where the bathroom is.
Right,
Um,
exactly.
Joey has plans to fix everyone else's life. That's the deal with this guy. This guy thinks he knows what everybody else should do, but he can't fix his own, right? He's perfect. It's the rest of us that are the problem. So,
Yeah, and I also like when Joey said that we have a national
Like I
debt
said,
of
with a few
78
exceptions
trillion.
of a few comedians, the Dabbleverse is nothing but a bunch of washed-out comedians
he might beat me on that one. I don't fucking know what it is.
who got something to
It's
say.
like 30.
A bunch
it's
of
like
washed-out,
37.
deadbeat fans from their days. You guys sit there and accuse each other. This one, they go after Anthony Cumio saying he's this, he's that. But you guys never bring no proof about anything. Sutter and John might, in a lot of people's eyes, might be a big.
Like court records that show that you got a light sentence and then went out and got stoned and fucked up and had to go back to jail. Like that kind of proof.
Piece of shit. But he had more of a career than most of you did. And that's what you guys you forget to see. How he got it doesn't matter. How he messed it up, that's on him. That was his choice.
Welcome, Dave
What up, Dave?
Sarah. And we are. Can you talk, Dave? Can we hear you? Or
Yeah, give me a second. I'm trying to get to my Bluetooth. Hold on a second.
oh, look at this. It's interesting with EVMux. I am unable to stay in studio mode. Mobile collaborator joined, switching off studio mode. So,
Dave, how dare you?
yeah, a lot of balls, man. A lot of balls. This fucking guy thinks he owns everything. He's
Fucking
coming
guy.
in. He's like the Joey C of EVMux.
But you all get rich and fat off of him. That's your business. I don't care. I'm just not built like that. You can say I'm a grifter and I tell you about money. I don't care. You say I'm an idiot because I'm not wrecking
He don't care as long as other people are giving it to him.
nobody's house. I'll leave this house better shaped than it was. This is a legal matter. I'll fight it to the door.
It's always a legal matter when you don't pay your rent. Landlords have a way of not liking that.
Right.
He agreed to pay half the rent. And then he goes and does, the guy's mental. He's old and mental. Now he wants to bring me back to court, which is going to be stopped tomorrow by the judge because we brought the proof. We brought the receipts. And when Echo comes out with what I know he's coming out with, I'll let you know what happened there too.
What did Eckel come out with aside from Joey moving in lieu of being evicted?
Because if
that he only paid $1,000 in the 6 months that he lived there.
Jesus, the thing that
All right, can you hear me now?
Jesus
Can you hear
Christ,
me?
David, you're
Sorry.
really loud.
Okay, I just wanted to know if you can hear me or not. But you can turn me down a little bit. Hello, everybody. Hello.
We can hear you. You are a little bit muffled, I guess. I don't know if that's the right word that you audio people use. I needed Peter Sky Parker to help me out. And can you, if you wanted to, you would lower your camera a little bit so we wouldn't just see your forehead. It's a beautiful forehead. There we go.
There it is.
But a lovely face as well. Oh, check this shit out. Tommy Jordan, the slap back. I'm going to lose weight. You can't lose those extra chromosomes, my boy. Very good, Tommy.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
Yeah. So if I understand this whole dilemma, Joey moved in. Mrs. C took such a giant shit, she clogged the septic system, and it was never repaired to Joey's liking. Is that essentially what happened?
That's basically what he's alleging, yeah.
what I think is coming out on Friday, yeah, I did it all. I pretty much probably going to say I probably did it all. But I got reasons why I did it, and I'll explain it.
The meth was calling me. I didn't
See,
want
that,
it, but
that is such a weak. I got reasons. Like, oh yeah, your girlfriend cheats on you. Well, I had reasons. Like, okay, I don't give a fuck what the reasons were. I don't give a fuck.
I got to put this up. Damn, Tommy doesn't know
Hi,
he's.
Cupcake. How are you?
How's it going, Dave? How are you, Sweetums?
I should have introduced you. Damn, Tommy doesn't know he is retarded. I have met Tommy, and Tommy Jordan gets approval from Cookie, and therefore Tommy is not retarded. Tommy's actually a fun guy. Looking forward to spending some time with him in Las Vegas.
I'm human. I'm not going to fix myself 100% in one day. But I got more compassion, more honesty in my
Not one day, not 60 years.
heart than most of you do. I don't take everything funny as a joke. So we'll conclude this tomorrow. That's all I can tell you. But we're going to read the super chats, and I'm going to get out of here. Because
All right, I'm gonna pull that down because I have an amazing. Oh shit! I took down the wrong person. Sorry, Dave. You looked a little like Joey. And I've got the master crew of streamers here, so we'll put Joey away for the time being, and we're gonna make this guys. There we go.
There it
Make
is.
y'all nice and big and sexy and shit. Young O Vibes, Joey is such a fraud. The only person, and this is the sad part of this, the only person Young O Vibes that doesn't know that is Joey, and that's the it's terrible. It's terrible what he's doing. So it's an embarrassment to the American people. Can you speak, Dave, or are you just nodding just because you want to?
I can speak. I have my audio muted until I need to talk so that you don't hear all the peripheral sounds. But yeah, Joey's a big phony. At least Clearwater Chad kind of understands what this whole thing is.
Right.
But Joey wants to try and gaslight us into thinking that this isn't a grift. This isn't for promotion. This isn't some ploy or whatever to gain some financial for some financial gain.
Dave Sayre, everybody, round of applause.
I got you, David. But let me ask you a question, Cupcake. Frankly, I don't think it's a grift. I think this is a desperate plea for respect because he doesn't get any in his life.
I don't know about respect, but it's definitely
Maybe
a
maybe like
it's no it's at least I tried. You guys never ran for president. I was actually, I actually did it. I was actually a candidate for president.
Because
That's
we're
going to
not
be on his
idiots.
I
that's going to
wonder
be
if
on
any of
his
this has to do
gravestone.
with his daughter. I wonder I wonder if any of this has to do with his daughter coming back, and he's like, "Oh, look, I'm running for president. See, I'm respectable, or whatever." I wonder if some of this has anything to do with that, or what? If he's trying to impress his incoming family.
You know, it might be. What's so funny
A
about it
little bit
though is
maybe.
that there's nobody that thinks that this is respectable, right? Like, there's nobody that takes this seriously. Everybody thinks it's stupid. Um, it's he's embarrassing himself. I don't know that he actually. I don't know that he can embarrass himself more than he has. But this is embarrassing.
Yeah, here's here's my view on it. I mean, if he was really serious about, about this and, writing these bills, all this stuff, he should have ran for Congress. It would have been a much easier task to run to be his to be a congressman. And then as a
Yeah,
congressman, you
we
can
talk.
introduce these bills.
And he lives in Florida. He could have gone to one of these places because Florida's got a lot of congressmen. He could have gone to like Northwest Florida, someplace like that, where a guy like him would be an average Joe. I want to read Brack's tweet, post, I should say, because I like it. It's a hyper committed comedic bit. The joke is he never presents running for president as a joke. It's real, and that's the joke. I don't put this on screen because I don't want to blow it. Sorry, I didn't read that part. Um, I don't think it's a joke. I think he's serious. So,
Oh, he's serious. I mean, he is serious. He thinks he really in his heart of hearts thinks that, he's the everyman, and that this finally the American people are going to get an everyman to vote for. But
we're yes, the rest of American society has done everything they can to run and avoid every responsibility they've ever had. Um, and you know, that's what you guys want. You guys want to learn how to evade responsibility, not take care of your family, lose jobs. Um, you know, these guys in the MLB, like even the clubhouse guys, they move on, they move up, and they make good money and have great lives. Not this guy. Uh,
Well, I know that not famously, but I know that semi recently. Joey and I we were on a stream together. It might have been Jake Hudson's, and you know, I said, if this wasn't a grift and you're really serious about doing this, you would have started local. I told him, and what did Joey say? I can't start local. I'm a felon. I'm not able to run for anything within Florida. So it's like, okay, dude,
that may be true
if
in
the
Florida.
federal government doesn't take you seriously, how can we?
yeah,
But
I,
no,
I
he can definitely run for Congress. That
for
again,
Congress,
that's
yes.
the founding fathers, because like I said in the chat, I put up a chat. They ran from England, where there was a caste system of peasants and nobility, where the peasants couldn't do shit. The nobility ran everything. The founding fathers
So what
wanted
you're saying is
everybody.
Joey sees nobility.
No, if you wouldn't interrupt me, I would be able to finish and tell you. The founding fathers. Just say it, dude.
Well, I'm
The
on a
founding
delay here.
fathers.
I'm on a delay.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. The founding fathers wanted every citizen to have a chance. So that's why, like, the prerequisites for president, like I said, 35 years old, live in the United States, for the, past 14 years, be a natural born citizen. Congress and senator, you don't need to be a natural born citizen. You do need to be a citizen. For senator, I think it's 30 years, and you have to live in your state for, I want to say 10 years, And for congressmen, it is 25 years old, and you have to live in your district, I want to say for 6 years. But yeah, that's it. Those are the 3 prerequisites for someone to, be a legislator in the local government, or
Yeah.
well, not federal government. Sorry, federal.
Right, but who
Right,
in their
federal.
just let's be honest, who in their right mind says, "Well, you know what? I can't run for town councilman, so I'm going to be president." I mean, seriously, come on,
Joey C.
come on. And I agree with Johnny A5965 here. I vote more weddings and in real life streams. Yeah, we need every time I hear the train whistle blow, I think a wedding is going to break out, and that's what we need more of.
Well, also, do you even have to claim who your fucking vice president is? Like 4 years, 3 years, 2 years before the fucking election? I thought that's
No.
something that you don't even do until like way later.
Yeah, until you're the candidate.
Except that those people do that
Exactly.
a lot of people do, a lot of guys do pull up vice presidents before, if they know what their, who their teams are and whatnot. But like in the big parties, you don't do it because you're using that to get more votes, right? I mean, this guy doesn't have a shot in hell. Dang Lizard for $5. Thank you, Dang. You're all debating from the position that Joey is actually capable. He's a fumbling fool. And that's the beauty of it. Joey C for president 2022. Yeah, I don't think that you should confuse us with anyone that thinks he's capable of doing this. My favorite part is that I firmly believe that Joey thinks he's capable.
Right.
And that I swear to God, I'm telling you, he's lying in bed at night looking at the ceiling and he's hearing Hail to the Chief play.
Right.
He's rolling over Christina, like imagining this is the Lincoln bedroom, you know?
Well, imagine you grow up your whole life. You're dumb as a rock like Joey is. You're fucking retarded, and then all of a sudden, this thing called AI comes around. You ask it any fucking question, and it gives you the answer like a 10-year-old. And it's changed his life. This guy thinks that now, because of AI, he can literally run the free world. Delusional.
Yes. Yes. And it is funny because he has AI writing his speeches and stuff, but he's not proofing them before he reads them. So AI gets shit wrong and he just goes with it, and he spouts it out.
Well, he said the reason why on one of his streams recently, that presidents don't write their own speeches, and when they go up there and read it from a teleprompter, that's the first time they're seeing that. And this is what, this is what frustrates me. And I've been yelled at and mocked because that I get so frustrated with Joey when he says stuff like, "Yeah, I'm learning the Constitution. I'm learning every day." Like, dude, this is stuff you should have learned in 8th grade. You should already know this. You should already know
Yeah,
all of this.
like I'm sure if President Obama or Obama's a good example. I'm sure that if former President Obama were to receive a speech an hour before he were to give it, he could look over it one time, tell him to throw it up on the teleprompter, and he would deliver that speech like a fucking man, like no problem. But we're talking about Joey C here, somebody who has
Yeah, but
zero practice in this, and he's like trying to pretend that he's not reading it, like as if we can't see his eyes darting around the fucking
down.
page. For it's fucking retarded.
Right.
I mean, he really thinks that we're the dumb ones.
And Obama, like Clinton and whatnot, they draw, whatever. They write an outline, then the speechwriter does it. But the other thing too is they're quick enough to read it. They'll read it once before they go, and they know what to like. Now we got to cross this out. Now we got to they know what is not in their voice. Dang lizard. I'm saying capable in any sense. You debated like he should run for Senate first or is capable of self-reflection. Um, yeah, I would say we're just trying to make sense of it all. And we keep saying what a normal person would do, forgetting that it's Joey.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Well, like with all these bills he's writing, he and see that I have a degree in history. I was gonna I went to be a history teacher, so like this is my bailiwick. This is my thing, and it's like that's what frustrates me so much. Like from what I understand, Joey, he writes these bills. He's gonna give his bill to a congressman, and then they're gonna vote on a bill like. No, that's not how it works, Joey. That's not how it works. Stop. You're killing me. You're killing me, Joey.
when Joey puts, this is Johnny here, but I'll tell you what, when Joey gets an actual speech that he writes, not this kind of bullshit where he's trying to do like a fireside chat, I will get Levy to read one. I think that would be that would be very funny. Um, sorry. Oh God, Barry Sotero's mail at the Tommy George at
Ah,
Tommy George.
and Ronald Reagan did write his own speeches. I think he was the last president to do that.
Yeah, I do think that these guys have a lot more, depending upon who the president is. Like certainly Joe Biden wasn't, but and probably not W. But these guys have a lot more involvement in these speeches, you know, before they get out there. But look,
Yes, I think that I would like the word Star Wars to be in there. What do you think?
I know, but if we can call Anthony Cumia an author, we can say Barack wrote his own speeches.
Yeah, Mike Rainey is a two-time author. So what are we talking about here?
Joey becoming president would be the best Cohen movie of all time.
I mean, it's been said 100 times before. You couldn't write this kind of skit for Saturday Night Live. Like there's no comedy writer good enough to write the Joey C. presidential saga, the Joey C. anything saga. Like
I know, but he'd actually have to get somewhere. He'd actually have to win at least one race or something. And this guy D Waver has been all up in your business, Dave, since he started. But he's like, he did not write the challenger speech. He did not.
I
So
didn't say he wrote any of his speeches.
no, Ronnie Reagan. Ronnie wrote the challenger. Ronnie gave the challenger speech. Touching the hand
Well,
of
he's
God.
saying that. No,
Yeah.
I'm saying he's saying he's talking to you. Sounds like not me.
Gotcha.
That's what I mean.
Why is
I just-
Buckman wearing his pajamas tonight? It's a fucking expensive button-down shirt. Fuck you. I recognize how funny it is. Why complain about it? Just enjoy the ride. Because it's funny to complain about it, right?
Right.
And
Right.
I personally get a certain amount of joy out of making fun of this delusional lunatic, and like a lot of other stuff. I grew up with these guys. This is the guy who thinks that they know everything. But most of them are smart enough to not actually come out and say they're running for president. But social media has given Joey a new life. So I can't wait till he tells the story about how he met his wife. There's all those stories about I first cast eyes on her across the room in high school. At college I was walking and some young lady dropped her books and I helped her pick them up, and once I looked into those beautiful blue eyes, I knew it was me. And Joey's gonna be. She was giving. She had the best meth in town. I mean, it was behind the 7-Eleven, and she occasionally.
You got that all wrong, Buckman.
Buckman, self-proclaiming his complaints are funny, is funny to me. This I proclaim. I'm here for myself, people. If I make myself laugh, that's all I care about. But I do
Right.
love and I do love the reaction that it gets Joey if from Joey. All right, Joey C is an amalgamate of all the worst reality TV. You can cut almost any show from his streams. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Um, and I swear, like Stuttering John, if you wrote this character and took it to whether you're doing TV or movies or writing a book, if you took it in and handed it in, they'd go, no one's going to believe this. We
Right.
can't do this, right? The First Lady. The First Lady, I'm putting the First Lady in charge of the drug crisis in America. No First Lady has ever had more experience with drugs than this First Lady.
Right. Right. I mean, when Joey first announced that he had, done all the paperwork and that he was, going to be president. I remember I was in Florida and I had, I pulled over and I immediately, he
Shut
had
up,
just posted,
Schmuel.
Sorry.
he had just posted a video, or he had just gone live announcing that, he had done all the stuff. And then I went immediately online to the website. Oh shit, he sure as fuck did. I pulled over immediately and it was, it, I had to go through. I was like, oh my God, he's serious about this. And then I, of course, thought it was a bit. And then he's,
He's
I,
yeah. Joey doesn't do bits though. Sam Bibley says, I think Joey needs to be encouraged, not debunked. We are encouraging Joey. This is our way of doing it. By telling him he can't, the more he'll believe he can.
yeah, because he'll do it out of spite.
Mm-hmm.
That's his thing. That's if you just watch me because Buckman, you don't know what you're talking about because I do it because this is what I believe in and this is what's gonna happen and that's because I'm a real person, Buckman, and I'm gonna do it because that's what the American people want.
And the motto of the First Lady, I need a lighter. Oh, it's so funny, right? And glass pipes for everyone.
Yes.
Oh my God. It's fucking hilarious. But I can't wait to, like, it would be so much fun to have somebody who could actually do this and tell these stories, you know? So,
Right.
yeah. Like Matt Gaetz running for, I thought she was 18.
Right.
I remember certain elitists ironically supporting Trump running in 15. Y'all about to eat some crow. I can say that I don't think that Joey C is a Donald Trump.
No.
Also, too, because Trump 100% believes his own bullshit. Like, he really thinks he's something special. I think that Joey has moments of there's realistic moments that occur to him where he goes like, maybe I am what they say I am. And, but we've never elected a president who's changed the oil in his Harley, in his kitchen, and America needs that. So, there you go. Hey,
Oh, well, another thing is he's got such a hard on for the fact that Abraham Lincoln went to school for 1 year. And I would bet my left nut that Joey thinks that Abraham Lincoln went to school for 5th grade and that was it.
right.
What? No, he went to school for the equivalent of 1 year because he worked on a farm. He went to school for 2 months at a time. you know, in however many years. And Abraham Lincoln was self-taught. Abraham Lincoln would sit and read books all night by candlelight. He was a lawyer for 25 years. Like there's no comparison. You know, and again, this was in the 1800s when there wasn't mandated public school. You know, it's stuff like that, as I mean, as a pseudo historian, that just frustrates me.
Yeah, and the other thing is, Lincoln was kind of a genius, I mean, he had like this super duper high IQ. He picked shit up. And it was also at a time when you could read this stuff. And things were clear. There wasn't as much sort of behind the scenes shenanigans going on as there is today. And he also
Right.
wasn't stupid, so he wasn't able to be taken advantage of like one Donald J. Trump. But FEMA learned to code, and I just look. What I love about Joey is, and I love it about him, and I love about some other people is, no matter what they do, no matter what situation they get themselves into, it's always somebody else's fault. You know, 100%. You know, and I do admire his ability to lie and then stick with it in the face of being caught, double down on it. And then when you really pin him to the wall, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know? And, the Adam Bush interview was fantastic because he'll do that whole thing about, I was a great father and a great parent and a great this and a great that. And it's like, how many dads do you know that head out in the morning and meth all day long and then come home and are like, hey, kids, let's go play some ball.
Yeah, right. Let's go throw the football in the backyard.
Dang Lizard, Abraham Lincoln was one of the most well-read people. I can't imagine Joey reading a book. Yes. Not even a dramatic novel. Is that what it's called? No, graphic novel.
Yeah. Right.
Echo pineapple. Joey can't read a room, let alone a book. Oh my God, Joey. I just the thing, and the other thing that I love about him is the way that he goes after other people and accuses them of stuff, and it's like, Joey, Jesus Christ, man, this guy's doing this to me, and that's not right. But also at the same time, Cupcake, I know where your mother lives.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, that's, you know.
Joey is for insider trading. That's my guy. 100% sure Joey thinks that in this politics game, he's going to get people are going to give him tips, and not just the horses, like the stocks and stuff.
Well, no, he's gonna stop all that. You know, if you don't think that there's, that the passing envelopes and briefcases of money, then you're just dumb, because that's what happens.
No. Props 4793. Plenty of fathers smoke meth, then play ball with their kids. So what if it's at 2 a.m.? Joey is a natural entertainer. People cannot look away, and it is all somehow effortless. I respect him. I honestly think the fact that everyone reacts to what he does sort of proves my point. I think he's a clown, and I think that's what it is. And it's just the continuing being a clown. And so I would say people can't look away, but I don't necessarily know that it's for the right reasons.
Yeah,
right?
as long as he doesn't become self-aware.
Because Joey draws attention to himself when he doesn't want to.
Right.
And it's when he wants to draw attention to himself, nobody pays attention.
Right. Right.
Cupcake has a young woman in the back of his truck who he keeps turning around to yell at. Let her out. Let her out.
No, she just won't shut her fucking mouth.
That's pretty funny. No, I'm sorry. I didn't intend to be busting on Joey tonight, but it always seems like a good opportunity. When all else fails, there's always Joey. And and Echo Pineapple loves, his stuff is is I shouldn't say all Joey, but a significant portion of Joey.
Right.
So I do this also just to annoy Echo, and we'll go there. And was Spider's body ever found? No one knows, but he's probably under a chair in the seat
Yeah,
in
no, and
Inner Harbor, Baltimore.
he's a tiny little guy too.
Yes. That's supposedly what caused the breakup between Joey and Kahuna. Was Kahuna throwing Spider across the room? In any event, Chris Mack, Cupcake probably remembers, to be honest, but truly, I just have tried to give Joey good, honest advice about consistency and not erupting at his chat, trolling him, etc. He was getting decent walk and talk numbers. Joey, Tukey, Joey's a lot like Karmic. When they came on scene, a lot of guys saw something in him and offered him advice and were helping him grow. But Joey can't take it. He can't take good advice.
He can't.
And he's got to do everything his way, which is fine because I sort of feel like I do that. I do it my way as well. But the problem is he's like he wasn't getting any viewers. He wasn't getting super. He knows he's got to play to the chat. He's got to get angry at them. He's got to yell because nobody's watching otherwise.
Right. Yeah, when he does his stream of consciousness chats, like when he's, doing his walk and talks, that was, to just hear him ramble on about, random topics. That was, let's see what Joey has to say about this. That was kind of interesting.
And he always gets in an argument with somebody, right? Which
Right.
is always fun. And there's always the potential that catastrophe is just around the next corner. And so, like that's what you're looking. You were always waiting for Joey to mouth off to the wrong guy,
Right.
and fisticuffs ensue.
Well, when he was and when he was, when he was helping fix up that house, and he's using a ball peen hammer, and he's trying to hit a nail, and he's hitting it 87 times, because he's got the wrong, just go buy a hammer, Joey. Go buy a regular,
man.
just spend $10, go buy a regular hammer.
I'm waiting for his first speech to the veterans, which is, shit's expensive. Don't pay for it. I got my man Pops here. Pops will take care of you. That CVS, they're evil corporation.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
All right. I think I've pissed off MGD enough. So I'm gonna wrap this fucker up. And
Put a bow on
Cupcake, thanks for coming in, man.
Yeah.
And let me spend a few minutes to say goodnight to the room and give them some heads up on what we got planned for the next few days. And that's it. I will see you again soon. I did send Lou the link, but it was just out of the blue when I sent it to him. But I would like to get him on. I really wanted to get him on the other night when Joey stormed off, because I would love to have known what Lou was thinking. But pretty goddamn interesting stuff.
Yeah.
And when is your next stream, my friend?
Sunday morning on my channel, Cupcake Corner, or you can just go at American Cupcake. I may do something on Saturday night. That little 7-minute speech that Joey did the other night, where he said that Catalano for president 2022. I've discussed it with a bunch of people, and in that little 7-8 minute video he did, I want to make that into a drinking game. Every time Joey makes a mistake about something, like when he repeated the same thing 3 times, he said, "Oh wait, I lost my space." Just I just want to see how hammered we can get in 7 minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to be your president, but this fucking teleprompter, it's only half a teleprompter.
Right.
I'm missing half my speech.
You don't need see Joey's the type of guy that, he buys all the most modern equipment and buys all the stuff and is like, now I'm ready. Now I'm ready to do this. But he doesn't know how it works.
Yeah, and he's also like the guy who goes skiing once and then goes out and buys the most expensive ski package available and just falls on his ass.
Right.
And, and then by the time he actually does learn how to ski, that shit's no good anymore.
Right. I equated it to, if he were to go fishing, he would buy the most expensive lures, the most expensive, the most expensive pole, the most expensive reel, all this expensive stuff. And why aren't I catching fish? I bought all the most expensive, best stuff. Why is this kid down the way with a stick and a string and a paper clip? Why is he pulling out all the fish and I have all this expensive top of the line stuff?
That fucking kid's got a hanger from the dry cleaner.
Exactly.
He's got it wrapped around a rubber band, and this fucking guy's pulling fish in.
What a wire coat hanger. What's good? What?
Jesus Christ, and he's going to perform abortions after. This kid's just fucking raking it in. See you later, bud. Bye.
All right, later, brother.
Hey, all right. Friend of the show, did you cover Clavicular's arrest yet, Schmuel? I don't know who it is. I did see a mugshot. Good-looking guy, good-looking mugshot. So I don't know who that is. But I guess I could find out, or you could tell me. I'm not well versed in this internet world of yours. We hear you dinging, ding, 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 bing, 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 bing. I got to get me one of them little like xylophone things that Keanu had. Ding, 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 ding. All right, and you guys are just repeating the exact same point over and over. Thank you, Serenity. We appreciate that. We were filling time to keep you interested because we've learned that some of you guys just don't have much to do. So there we go. Johnny, yes, hit the like button, please. Hit the like button. We've dropped down to 29, so it's probably the cool people here. So let's go. Let's do it. What's your preferred pistol red dot footprint? I have no idea. Although I will tell you, having one of those things and seeing it like hit your eye and then go under your face, it is frightening as a man who has been robbed at gunpoint on a couple of occasions. All right, so really cool people here. Let's quickly pop into we're getting ready to go to Hackmania. I've been talking to people. Looking forward to seeing Haley from Pretty Antisocial. Love seeing Lucy. Great. But I have to ask the question, and I want an honest answer. Mersh. Is Mersh not going to Hackmania because Anthony Cumia is going to Hackmania, or because Mersh didn't sell tickets? I'd kind of like to know what people think about that. I lean towards the Cumia thing. I know Mersh has been on it for years, and I know he wrote some article years ago. But I tend to lean towards it had more to do with he didn't feel like he was being welcome. And the Cumia thing, that came at a time when it was perfect for him. And Serenity, like that broken clock right twice a day. Mersh wasn't going to get a free trip. Yeah, Chad definitely fucked him out of that because he was going to get a free trip. Had Chad agreed to do the roast battle, I don't know what you call it because it was like 15 minutes on stage, 15 minutes, each one, and then the people would vote. Had Chad not been a dickhead, Mersh would have gone. But since Chad wanted a room for an extra night for $86 and became quite the dick about it, once that went off, there wasn't much Mersh stuff, Mersh interest. But I did have to laugh. I like Mersh. Um, I find Mersh appealing. There's something about him that I find interesting. But 100% the other night when he was talking about like, and I would have brought this guy and we would have brought new people in. I don't know about you, but me and other people that I talk with, we're not really interested in having the sector guys around, right? To me, they all come across as people who think they're smarter and better and whatever, and they're annoying fuckers. And so I don't want them. But also, I don't think that they would have come. Um, these guys all come across to me as like these alt-right grifters that are always looking to get everything for free, and they weren't going to get paid. And I have to say, MGD, ding, 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 350. I mean, if getting your chick a Nintendo Switch was a big deal, I could imagine that 350 would hurt. But I also think he owes the federales lots of money. So there's that. But it's interesting because people say Mersh has turned on me, and I don't think Mersh has turned on me. I think that we could probably talk, and it would all be good. But I feel like that sector part of the internet or whatever, those guys need drama. Like they need real intense, heavy drama. And so if it's not there, they're going to create it. So there we go. Explain to me like a child what you get for paying the Hackamania admission fee. It's not about what you get. It's the giving that's important. So Hackamania, to put it plainly, is there are shows. The shows are fun. The production value is good. It would be worth the money. If you went to all the shows and you did that, I don't think you could walk away and say, I didn't get my money's worth. But I don't think that most people go there. I don't know that most people go there for the shows. It's really about the hang. It's really about meeting other people that you've gotten a chat with, and now you meet them personally. Why do I buy Hackamania tickets? It's my contribution, for lack of a better way to put it. I always buy the VIP tickets to the events, and not because there's a meet and greet, because most times there isn't, or because they're going to do whatever, clout guaranteed, which is bullshit. I do it just because I appreciate the creators. They put a lot of work into it, and it's my way of sort of giving back. And that's why I do it. And if you don't like it, if you don't want to do it, you don't go. What I don't get is why people would complain about it. Like, what is it about people having a good time that is so anathema to so many people? And it's so just to go to Vegas and hang out with the people, stop giving them money for their ego of F tier streamers. What are you, chow now with your tears? Listen, these guys do a lot of stuff. They're very cool. They're very personable. And there are a lot of people that go to this that otherwise would not interact with real people in that kind of environment where they get along. And so it's that's why. And yeah, you could go. There's no reason why you can't. You could walk into the plaza. There's going to be people hanging out. You wouldn't get into the showroom, but there's going to be people hanging out. You could be talking um, to other people, and you could meet them. And if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But it, I've reached the point in my life where it's like trying to get shit for free. I, I just I would rather pay. Um, and but that's just me. And Roy says it's simply asking questions, no judgment, nigger. Yeah, Roy, you weren't nagging. It was somebody else, I thought, but I've heard a lot of shit about it. And the yucking other guys' yum is what Hackamania is all about. Kind of hypocritical to say we can't do it too. Um, I don't get how yucking other guys' yum is what Hackamania is all about, because it's not. Hackamania is like a shit ton of fun, um, and you laugh. Last year, the steel toe stuff was hilarious, and let's be honest, it wasn't like steel toe didn't deserve it and or put himself um, in the position to be made fun of. And the truth is that uh, Aaron was offered the same thing. It could have been Aaron instead of Ricada, but Aaron chose not to do it. Ricada went. I don't know what Ricada got out of it, to be perfectly honest. Um, but any illusions you had about what Ricada was like were certainly uh, squashed in that. And so they're getting Dr. Steve. Dr. Steve has a suite. So yeah, they all do. Schmuel tried to rent a suite, but Schmuel can't because they're all fucking sold out. So we may move. We may move hotels. Um, it's going. Hold on a second. It's going to Melton's Breakfast Soda Fund. Um, y- you have to meet Melton. You have to hang out with Melton to understand Melton. With things like that, he is frugal is like the right word. Like he spends um for fun, but like in Atlantic City, he was in the we're downstairs in the food court, and you buy the cup and you fill your own soda. He had that fucking cup for 2 days, um, and that's Patrick. And but the thing about it is, and the reason why it's going on for the third year is because the creators get paid well, they get taken care of, and I kind of think that there's an open book, where the books are sort of open in it, like everybody. And you don't need to be a genius to kind of figure out how much money there is and that other stuff. Um, so be nice. Patrick Melton's a cringe gay weirdo. Um, Whatever. I mean, you're allowed to think what you want. It's America. I disagree. I do think that what do you call it? There is a certain thing for some reason. I'm going to assume that it's the entire internet, but definitely in the Dabbleverse, which is uh, shitting on people, and anybody that actually has any modicum of success, you shit on them more, and for whatever reason is you don't like them. I have noticed with some people that there is a certain tendency among some people, uh, maybe one who wears a hat, dark glasses, and has no shoulders. Um, it comes across as total jealousy. That like, why is he doing that? Why can't I do that? Why don't people listen to me? Um, that kind of stuff. Cigarette Jones. Now, if it was at the Finger Lakes, I might consider. The Finger Lakes are fucking beautiful, people. If you've never been there, you need to go. It is an experience that you will never have. You can't get anyplace else. It's really beautiful. The problem, Cigarette Jones, with that, like the Finger Lakes and places like that, is people do travel from all over, and transportation becomes a pain in the balls. I am done with Vegas. If I never go to Vegas again in my life, I would be fine. The problem is, with going to other places, is transportation, is setting it up. And so you can go to Vegas because flights come from everywhere. There's direct flights. Like I'm flying direct from Newark uh, to Vegas. And I learned I will be on the same flight as Reels. So, or Riles, whatever you cats want to call them. So, if that plane crashes, there will be a glut of cigars available. And hopefully we'll lower the price. I think we're talking Provincetown, my friend Cigarette Jones. Provincetown. I am an expert on gay places. But there is there used to be the Blue Moon Hotel. It's like a hotel and resort in Vegas, which was gay. Fire Island is Long Island, not Cape Cod, New York. And it is uber gay. Uber gay. It is like, let me tell you what, they load up on penicillin and PrEP. That's their biggest thing that they're loading up on right now, preparing for the summer. And so there we go. Frankly, I would love for the Hackamania to be in New York, but New York hotels are like $500 a night, so it's kind of really hard to do that. Um, I would go for Memphis. I think Memphis would be great. But the part of all of this is that the fact that Patrick is in Las Vegas and the people who work with him are also in Las Vegas, he can really do hands on in preparing this. And I will say, last year better than the first year. I thought the first year was great, but last year better than the first year. It was organized very well, and there were just a few hiccups, and those are just personal to me because I'm anal retentive and I don't like it. All right, Serenity Now, Provincetown. Me and my buddy drove through it, had a laugh, and then we kissed. Ha ha ha. The thing with Provincetown is you don't drive through it because it's at the end of the Cape. So it is a destination, not a travel through. All right. Thoughts on the town of Sandwich? Been there, don't have any thoughts. My dad is from Massachusetts. And so we went up there, and my brother in law was stationed on Cape Cod with the Coast Guard. And so we went there. And I dated a chick whose family owned a house on Cape Cod. The thing about Cape Cod that blew me away was you get onto Cape Cod and you think, oh, God, this is great. I'm done. And you still got like another hour or 2 hours of driving. And so I pass on Cape Cod, and I don't want to do a John Kennedy Jr. and fly there. All right. Schmuel, have you ever been to Plymouth Rock? Massive disappointment. Yeah, 1,000%, 1,000%. And I was I went to Plymouth Rock in the 90s, and it was essentially like covered by a sewer grate. And my girlfriend at the time was Chinese, like Chinese. She had graduated from Peking University, and had her master's. And we went up there. She wanted to see these places, and we were in a bar, and there were signs all over the bar. It was like all American flags and all these signs. And the one sign that I saw in front of us was, when the last American leaves Plymouth, please close the door. And it didn't dawn on me for a little while. And then I realized why we were treated so poorly. in this bar. It was empty, and the guy was acting like, you know, he was having trouble getting around serving us. So, uh, pretty wild stuff. Yes, thank you, Tommy Jordan. Hit the like button, people. All right, and we can go. I got it's up. This thing says I'm on here for an hour and 54, so I'll go a little bit more. I should probably check traffic and see how that is, and then that will make the decision for me. Ah, Chinese, Japanese. Look at these. Um, I actually today used the Translate app to translate English to Mandarin, so that we could answer a client's question, which was kind of fun. And some of the languages, when you use the translate thing, which are hilarious, like Spanish, you translate it, you can read it out. Totally that. But like Mandarin and Bengali, no fucking way. Right? Mandarin is just the characters, and Bengali is like dots and dashes. Couldn't fucking figure it out. So hold on. Will I sponsor a kid to go to cancer camp? Cancer summer camp. Already that's the oh fuck me. The donation shit is already taken care of. Um so we have a little thing we do, the wife and I. But so all right. Yes, he was from Fall River and he was not Portuguese. Not at all. And sad, he had a really sad upbringing, tough upbringing. But I guess that's a story for another day when I want to tell my family story. All right, let's go here. The one thing that Patrick Melton is fighting with. Wait. What do you call it? One of it's not anything I've ever discussed with him or any of that stuff, but it's one of my beefs with a lot of guys, and particularly a guy like Patrick is morbidly obese. I think we can all agree on that. And yet will not take the Ozempic or Zepbound or any of those things because it's like it's bad for you, it's poison. And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, maybe, but you'll be at least be alive to have that extra arm grow out of your head. Because the way you're going now, uh, your life expectancy ain't so great. So there we go. Friend of the show, Buckman at Buckman Pod, email me, and we will do that there. But I certainly am not going to say yes to making any kind of donation on here because then everybody. He takes 2 liters of Diet Coke. Yeah, he does love his Diet Coke. Um, that's for certain. And part of the thing, actually, I should say this. One of the reasons why I like Hackamania is because a lot of the people there either don't drink or they just drink a little, like a couple of beers or something. So I'm not surrounded by fucking total pie-eyed alcoholics. Raging and stuff, except for Charles Chance, who I watched fall across a casino floor at 11 a.m. And it was quite amazing. And I guess they knew him because security came and the guys, 2 guys, and they just, put their arms on, again, arms under his armpits, carried him back to his room, and put him to sleep. And let's get Raycon scheduled for the Tennessee Beer Hall. We need to do a Raycon. I don't know that we want to do it at TBH, but definitely should do a Raycon. And we should just put all these. We should put a kind of half-ass con together. Like, it's a Raycon, Schmuel Con, Joey Con, Siggy Con, just there should be a just a meetup. No show, whatever. We just fly into some place and spend the weekend at like an airport hotel. Let's go to Milwaukee. I don't know. I only say Milwaukee because I went there for a wedding and the weather was super shitty, but we stayed at this hotel, which was like on in the same like parking lot as a hotel across the street. It had a fire pit out front. They had bars and stuff. It was perfect because it was like a 2 minute ride from the airport, and it would be great to go and see people. Yo Schmuel, what did I miss? Absolutely nothing, my friend Josh, Denny fan. Absolutely nothing. Uh, MGD Fest in Halifax. If you haven't been to Halifax, you should go to Halifax. Halifax is a really interesting city. And you get the tour of the explosion that happened in Halifax Harbor and killed a bunch of people and blinded other people. And one of the guys who was blinded as a child became a very famous author whose name I can't remember. Have you ever seen? No, I never did see it. Um, I don't really I don't seek shit out. So if people send stuff to me, I will. Oh God, I will look at it. Uh, Quebec City. You know, you got to go to Canada in the summertime, but one of the problems with I don't know Quebec City, but man, the fucking bugs in Canada are brutal. You know, it's like Alaska in the summertime. These fucking giant bugs. I mean, they're like, F. It's just fucking gross. Um, Tatervention. We'll have to do it. I have seen the Ari videos where Ari dresses in a Ku Klux Klan outfit and heads into the hood, which I think is pretty funny, especially considering it's Ari. Ari has one of my favorite lines ever that I use all the time when he's talking about the Haredim or the Hasidic, whatever we want to call them here, which is um, those people raised not giving a fuck to a brand new level, and it's 100% true. Um, Unbelievably obnoxious people. It's very, very insular, and they don't give a fuck about anybody outside of their community. Insane. Um, don't know what a donaire is. Um, uh, Friend of the show has not seen it. That's homework for the next show. Everyone needs to watch that before we do the next stream. All right. I feel like I've interacted with the chat quite a bit, and you guys are starting to slow down and get boring. Um, what did you like most about MGD's picture? And has she DM'd you more? If not, hit me up. No, if I get MGD's pictures, they will come from MGD. I don't want them from anyone else. And I don't know. I don't know. They're fine, but it wouldn't be me to just look at a picture and not make a comment, right? So there you go. And it drives the devout Christian folks in here crazy that I think somebody trans is hot. So there we go. Uh, then we can intervene and talk about what a creepy gay weirdo he is. Um, this is something maybe because of my age, but I don't understand why being gay is so quickly associated with being a weirdo. But, that's just me. MGD, I'm a saint. MGD, for all that everybody says about her, is one of the funniest people on here. She's a great chatter, great tweeter, fantastic DMs. So you can't say anything bad about MGD to me. Now, she will come after me, but, and that happens occasionally. But even when she shits on me, she does a good job and it's funny. It's classy, like she'll tell me to eat shit, as opposed to a long list of, everything that could possibly be wrong with me. So I really like it. And I'm not going to know what we're talking about here. Let's see. Thanks, Schmiel. By the way, the RMSC footprint is the superior pistol optics mounting solution. I know how to shoot a pistol, but I'm not a gun guy. And not that I have anything against them, just don't have any. And that's where we go. MGD, she's rude. Of course, she's rude. I'm sure that if you had to live as a trans person, people would be rude to you all the time, and occasionally you're going to react, no matter how nice you are. So there we go. Ari showed A. We'll wait for it. In any event, but showed a 7-year-old girl. Showed a 7-year-old girl what? What did he show a 7-year-old girl? And okay, so you're saying that he should look. I again, I have no idea what's true, what's false, and what do you call it? And I have to be honest with you. My first thought when I hear those things is I discount them until somebody like proves it to me. Um, and it's got to be legit proof. It's not like it can't be like Jesse PS proof. It's sort of maybe kind of, if all the stars aligned in a certain way. Schmuel, whose ethos of the chat is right, mine or MGD's? I don't think I can make that judgment. I do think that MGD does have a point where she says that there is some of yours chatting for the sake of chatting, that you would not curate it at all. So did I make a decision? Is that possible? Did I? But see, Sam, the thing is, I like you. I like your chats. I like your work. So I appreciate the things that you say. I may not agree with them and I may not listen to them all the time, but they certainly make me think, whereas other people don't. And even MGD makes me think with some of the stuff she says to me. I don't get it sometimes. Like, um, uh, MGD is more to the point, Sam, than you are, or more direct than you are. So, like MGD will tell me I should do something with someone, and it's just not like it's not going to happen, and uh, or that I'm missing something, and I disagree. But I think so let's see. Let's get in a little fight here. Refresher. Sam demands full attention from the host. I believe the chat is for the chatters. So maybe one of you guys can tell me. I don't know which show I was watching or listening to the other day, and they were arguing about chatters having conversations among themselves in the chat that didn't relate to the show. And the two co-hosts were complaining that they hated that they didn't like it, that it was annoying and whatever. Crosstalk is welcome in Schmuel Talk, and it's interesting. Just be aware that I'm watching and I'm going to participate, even if you don't want me to. So if you're having a private conversation, oh well. But I've had Sarah yell at me a couple of times. They're not talking to you, and I understand that they're not talking to me, but it's public, so let's bring it out there. Let me guess. It was Penny in the Big Door. No, it wasn't. It was actually somebody. I really wish I could remember who it was. If it comes to me, I'll let you know later. But it was not it was not like little. It wasn't small. It wasn't a smaller show. It wasn't like this one. It was one of the shows that gets a lot of viewers. But I cannot. I was kind of surprised that they said it. I wish I could remember who it was. But does MGD like me and my chats? Too much concern with who likes you and who doesn't. And that's not for you, Sam. That's for everyone. Be yourself. Some people will like you, some people won't. And shit happens, right? And, and you also get that people who don't like you at one moment like you the next, and people who like you then don't like you the next moment. And it's really funny because I can um, piss people off, and I have no fucking idea what I did. None, zero. But it is what it is. Um, I swear to God, I saw this. I reassured you of that earlier, Sam. I swear to God, I thought she said I measured you, um, and I was thought that was really a between two people chat. Um, uh, Crosstalk is the really funny stuff. Johnny Chopsticks. It can be, and sometimes it is. And um, I've had some horrible streams, horrible, where I totally deserved to be chased off the internet and run out of town on a rail, and it was a laugh a minute because of the chat. So there we go. Being liked is overrated. Um, Look, being liked is great. There's nothing wrong with being liked as long as you're not altering who you are to be liked. If you're molding yourself for other people, that stinks. Um, and if you are who you are, again, some people are going to like you, some people aren't. Um, and truth be told, people that don't like you, so what? It's like it's not going to change your life. Believe me, you know? And we all know I'm 64, keep saying it, but I swear to God, I don't remember half the people that I've met in my life. And I'm sure that they were important to me at one point there. Unbanned Josh Denny fan. Being liked too much is downright repulsive. Um, yeah, but I will say, um, Josh, you're better at it than a lot, but there's a significant number of these trolls that I think really, really want to be liked, um, and they're mean and shitty in the chat, not just mine, but in every chat. But they really want to be liked. They want to be admired, and if they get three, four, five guys that who are chatters or even a streamer who tell them how great they are, um, it just it builds their ego, just builds it, builds it, builds it. So and I can't you know, not that I can't like I I some stuff I can't figure out, and like I can't the Dan guy, like I don't get it. Um, I could not imagine um, sucking John's dick that much. Um, I can't imagine being this like just hating everyone that's successful, and then hating everyone that's kind of coming up. It's kind of pathetic. It gives it just gives off an air of insecurity, and like uh, why would you do this? Now, I've been told it's the greatest troll of all time, but I don't buy it. Um, and look, I wish I did. I mean, I wish I understood it, but I just don't. And I, and there's a few chatters. There's a few chatters like that, and there's also some that they think they know it all. They just know it all. They know what everybody's doing. They're fucking mind readers and all that stuff. And the reality is, it's fucking boring after a while. So, unbanned Justin Sam seems like a genuine guy. Every interaction that I have had with Sam Bibley has been a genuine guy reaction. I don't feel like he's ever bullshitted me. Um, I think he's honest in his feelings and his expressions. Um, and also to the when I banned Ava, Sam is not in favor of that, and he let me know it, right? And I disagreed with him, and it's still banned, and and yet we can talk and go back and forth. So it's kind of neat that you can have you don't always have to agree with everyone. And that's cool. I do like respecting people. Um, if I had one-time access to a time machine, I'd use it to send Sam back to the beginning of the MKE 24-hour stream. God, I haven't seen Mr. Kill in a while. Where's the doggo? The doggo is at the Jersey Shore with the missus, and I will be heading there shortly. Heckling at ball games is fine, very different than heckling at a comedy club. And I will say, my personal heckle rule is as long as you don't keep fucking heckling, as long as you shut up every now and then, we're fine with it. Okay? But if you get too involved, you're fucking annoying and you need to go someplace. I'm Ben Josh Denny fan. Then I could witness the debut of Stealth. Stealth has been invited on the show a million times and will not come on. I think Stealth has a little bit of a superiority complex to old Schmuel. But we'll have to see where that goes. All right. It's one of my greatest plans. I plan to have kids so I can tell one day my grandkids about it. I have zero beef with anyone who's part of that marathon. I guess it's the MKE marathon, but I didn't see it, so I don't know. I can project my voice well. You're making yourself sound like you're annoying, so let's not go there, because then I can picture you as the guy that never shuts the fuck up. Be like sitting behind or in front of Joey C at a game where I just fucking and God, could you imagine Joey C on a plane, like a nighttime plane when you want to sleep? Does that guy ever shut the fuck up? Was that the night he was singing German lullabies? All right. He said he would eventually come on. I think that ship has sailed, my friend. All right. Listen. All right. So tonight's stream brought to you by MGD. And we didn't do great numbers, which is fine, because it's happy to have a chance to interact with you all. And so I'm going to say goodnight, and I am going to head out to my car and try to get out of here. I think I've waited long enough. And I just realized I haven't eaten all day, so I'm kind of hungry. And what's the story with that shirt? It's a fucking, I don't know. It's either Tommy Hilfiger or Brooks Brothers. I don't know. I have no idea. It's just a shirt. I'm at work. It's not wintertime. I don't have an excuse, so I'm wearing a button down shirt. Not really much to it. All right. Team MGD, we're out. Good night, people. And I will may see you tomorrow in the afternoon. I know Levy wanted to do a stream at 2, but I don't think I can make that. And Sunday night, 9:30 p.m., it will be me and the Aussie guy. We're going to find out what's going on over there. And go watch my friend American Cupcake on Sunday. As they say in 12-step meetings, he could use the support. And fuck, I mean Schmuel. Are you saying fuck Schmuel? Well, thank you very much. I love that. I would give the show a 7.5. Thank you, Johnny Chopsticks. It's about a 5 for me, but that's because I didn't really bring much to the table. Oh, Aussie guy Schmuel, come on, man. Dude, you gotta interview. You gotta you gotta talk to everybody. And it's going to be a special stream. We're not interrupting our regularly scheduled program for it. Brooks Brothers Fancy. I have, trying to think of the shirts. So most of the shirts, I have like, I can't tell you, I must have 30, 35 shirts. A a significant portion of them are Brooks Brothers, and others are probably mixed, like Tommy Hilfiger. I'm sure there's a Macy's shirt or two in there. Um, I know there's a Land's End shirt because I saw that the other day. And then I used to belong to one of those like clubs, 5'4". That was the plaid shirt that Carl made fun of, um, the plaid flannel thing, and somebody said lesbians. Sam Bibley, what did I down here? Uh, 35 shirts, rookie numbers. Um, it's a gas, man. I'll take a picture of my closet and show you. But part of it, there's truth to this, and the truth is that my weight has changed so often over the years that a lot of it is sizes. I can't fucking, like there's shirts that are just they're giant on me. I can't wear them. So, and last weekend, no, weekend before, I don't know when it was. Um, I filled two giant garbage bags with too large clothes and donated them. And it amazes me because I take them to a place um, with guys that most are on welfare and alcoholics or recovering alcoholics and drug addicts and stuff. It always amazes me that people on welfare can be fat, but they are there. All right. Schmill, any of those things where they send you clothes every month are all trash. It was a gift, a Christmas gift from somebody, and I think it was called 5'4", and I do not think it's a coincidence that the person I got it from was also a fan of Adam Carolla, and Carolla was pushing it. The stuff was good. The the quality of it was good, and it was fine. But you know, you get a gift, right? And the gift, I don't think say it was like 6 months, whatever it was. It was like 6 months. And then, oh my fucking God, did they keep breaking your balls to sign up again, sign up again, sign up again, and get the fuck out of here. Um, and Schmuel, a size 7 shoe. No, I have a 9.5, not very big. And, you know, figure out that my hands aren't very big either. Hint, hint. Figure it out. I'm not some like chick with a big nose and giant labia. So, good night. I keep talking because the last thing I want to do is get in the car and drive. All right. And this is the last Jedi. Almost no one can send good gifts. The concept of required gift giving needs to be retired. It's all marketing schemes. Uh, I disagree. Because I think when you're a kid, I think it teaches kids uh, to wait. I think it helps parents learn about their kids, and I really like I really like giving gifts, particularly to my wife, because my wife is she doesn't like to spend money, she doesn't like to buy things, um, so I enjoy getting her stuff. Now, truth be told, uh, she takes a lot of it back, but you know, we're going there. Ever have someone gift you art? It's never worked out in the history of time. Maybe 5 times in 5,000 years. Uh, yeah, and that's kind of that's also you're very specific there, and that's the worst fucking kind of gift you can get. Um, I've talked about my emotions and stuff. I don't really give a fuck. Like if you give me a gift, my view on gifts is once you give a gift, it's no longer yours, and um, the person who got it can do whatever they want with it. But my wife gets like gifts from these like old Greek ants and stuff, artwork, and it is shit and embarrassing, and yet she feels obligated to display it, you know. And Aunt Tessie's coming over, so we got to dig this fucking ugly piece out. So you should never give art to anyone unless it's valuable and they can sell it. And so there we go. I start wearing those green eye shade visors that accountants and tennis players wear. No, I did try to find a penis hat for Hackmania because I thought if I got like one of those penis hats and I put DWO on it and dark glasses, I could participate in a costume party and not feel embarrassed by it. Good night.